every decision we ever make. Chaos soon comes.
I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yehoshai, Ba'ashem, Harakak Wadash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the house of David. We rising, Kwam Yashrala. Let there be carnage. Venom, that's the movie Venom 2. So the spirit was on me to get into this movie, just a little bit. Let's check it out. Let there be carnage. And I saw a little advertisement, and the advertisement of the movie, and there's a release date. I think it's already out. Yeah, it's already out. The release date, October 15th of October, and it's already out. So the title is Let There Be Carnage. So the spirit was on me to get into this, man, and just bring out some precepts. You know, don't have to be no long thing. I'm gonna put it up raw. Right, let's look at it. Briefly take a look at this. Yeah, Eddie Brooke is still struggling to coexist with the shape-shifted extraterrestrial Venom when deranged serial killer Glutus Cassidy also becomes host to an alien symbiote. Brock and Venom must put aside their differences to stop his reign of terror. Right, so that's the release date. Director Andy Serkis. Music composed by producer Tom Hady. So they're the producers there. So I said, let me look at this, because, you know, I'm into my little movie, some of these kind of movies. This is a kind of sci-fi movie, and I want to look up the word, man. I want to look up the word carnage, because there's always a little bit of symbolism in a lot. When he sort of does his little movies and things, there's some symbolism in there, and you don't necessarily have to go looking for them. Sometimes they're hidden right in front of your eyes, in plain sight. Carnage, right? The killing of a large number of people. Ain't that the title of it? Let There Be Carnage. Ain't that the title of the movie? Right? I never went looking for this. It jumped up right in front of me when I saw the advertisement, man, and the release date. Carnage, slaughter, massacre, mass murder, butchery. I find it very funny. I actually find it funny, man, because we're living in a real wicked world, man, you know. Right, and we're going to hit some precepts, because there's a method. There's always a method to the madness. The definition of carnage: a flesh of slain animals. Right, a flesh of slain animals or humans. Multitude of dogs came to feast on the carnage. Okay, right, man. So look at this. It's got all the visuals out. And for those who are visual, I like my visuals. I'm into visuals. That's how, most of the time, that's how I pick up certain things and learn a lot of the things I know, and just by being observant. Let there be carnage. Just a little observation there. Right, so you got this creature called Venom. If you saw Venom 1, I quite like the movie Venom 1. Right, we're going to look at some of the abilities of Venom. And then you got another creature called Carnage, man. So we're going to look at these. Is there anything we can get out of this? Maybe, maybe not. Let's check it out. Venom's powers. He's not a superhero. He's I'll just call it. Anyway, it explains it. Venom also has super strength, which Brock's impressive build partly contributes to the ability to heal his host, his ability. Shape-shifting powers, the ability to create weapons literally out of nothing. Right, when you think about that word host, I saw that nanobox. It's going around circulating around on social media. The venom juice. Boy, you can't get away from some of these things that you are just in plain sight, hidden in plain sight. And the thing, when it connects to your blood, right? People who's into the science side of things, or put two and two together, it becomes a living creature, a host. This is a host. The ability to create weapons literally or out of nothing. Heightened sensors, perception, and the ability to produce self. Right? It goes on a bit more. Interesting, this sci-fi movie. Yeah, one of the most powerful villains, right? This is Venom. Right? This is what it does. Certainly the most powerful of Spider's foes. Venom has literally awesome powers. His powers is immense and subject of the Life Foundation studies. He is able to bond with a human host. Boy, nanobox, man. You know, that thing, that gooey black substance, that venom, right? Serpent juice. Look at it, man. Go and look at the what it looks like. You see if you compare it. You see if you see any comparison, that you can make a comparison. That black gooey substance that they want to put inside you, venom, right? It's a demon. In a nutshell, that host is a demon, right? It takes over your body. It moves and changes and observes the powers of those he touches. Right. I'm putting two and two together. You can laugh. You can laugh if you want. But we know something now. Put that dirty something in my body. No, oh my word. Right. So that was, we looked at Venom. His ability. Let me read it again. One of the most powerful villains, certainly the most famous of Spider-Man's foes. Venom has literally, if you saw Spider-Man with when Venom popped up in the movie, his powers is immense and subject of the life, because he is a host, and when it overpowers you, it overwhelms you, it takes over, and able to bond with the human host. Right, if you think about those hosts that bond to you, like those leeches. A leech sucks your blood and leaves you drained, lifeless. It reminds me of somebody. It reminds me of the Edomite, what they do. That's just what they do. They're hosts and they suck your blood like vampires. And they stick onto you. They don't let go until there's nothing left, until you're dead. You're a walking, living dead. That's what a host does. A host, a leech, morph, change, and observe the powers of those he touches. That's the Edomites. That's what they do. That's just that's what they're made like that. The Most High made them like that. It's in their DNA. So, and also they have the serpent juice, which we looked at. We done a video on that. A picture paints 1,000 words. You know, they got all the symbolism, and once that thing gets in you, you're out of there. You're out of there. Drains you and it takes over you. So let there be carnage. Let's check there's the carnage's abilities. You can take this or let it alone. This can be a load of, this can be, you can find something out of this, or you can just let it alone. But I'm going into it anyway. Yeah, why is Carnage so powerful? Right, that's the title of the movie, and he's another demon. Right, because they're both demons, really. Right, who is Carnage? Cletus Cassidy is a serial killer and psychopath that has killed many people during his lifetime. This offspring eventually bonded to Cassidy's blood, another host or demon, through a small cut, making the Carnage symbiote have its red appearance, which resulted in Carnage being more powerful than Venom. So yeah, these are the abilities that that's both of them there. That's Carnage on the left, right? Hence the title of the movie. That's Carnage on the left, and that's Venom on the right. Sworn enemies. So they're really demons, man. So I went into this video, I looked at it and I said, The release date is on October. I haven't seen it yet. I've just seen bits and pieces, but no doubt I'm gonna get around to see it. But precepts, like I say, everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. And they say the producer. What's the producer's name? The producer's name is Tom Hardy, Kaylee Marshall, Amy Parcel, Hutch Parker. Right, these are the producers, right? But ultimately, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. So he produced this. And this movie is going to get more and more dramatic. I'm talking about the movie that we're in. The world movie that is produced by the Most High is going to get more and more dramatic. Let's bring out some precepts, man. Let there be carnage. This is what came to mind. Job 18. I'm going to hit some of these precepts here. You know, it's really quite it's quite impressive. Job 18, how the prophecies are going to unfold. They're unfolding now. We're going to start from 5. It says, and the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle and his camp. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've had premonitions about it. That's why I'm doing this video. And I'm gonna now I mentioned that, I'm gonna bring out some of the one or two of the visions and dreams I had. And I never yam no cheese sandwich either before I went to bed. It was too real. It was too real. I'm gonna bring some of the dream out, the vision out. Right, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. And some of the visions I've had have already come true already. Things that have been happening. Things are happening, man. And the steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast unto the net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare, and the jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Terrors or carnage, right? Mass murder, you know, slaughter of many people, right? That's the description there when you looked at it, man. Slaughter, mass murder of many people. Let me go back and read that again. Just a little recap there. Yeah, carnage, killing of a large number of people, slaughter, massacre, mass murder, butchery. Yeah. Let there be terrors, man. Let there be carnage. The Most High is a king of terrors. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. You done that movie, all right? All you producers. Tom Hardy, I think the producer's name is, one of the main producers. Tom Hardy. You was thinking of that movie. You thought you wrote that movie, Tom Hardy. No, you never wrote that movie. This movie was written before you was even born, by the ultimate writer, producer, the ultimate director, the Most High Yahuwah. His strength shall be hanger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. And that's the king of terrors there. The writer, the producer, the director of this movie. Let there be carnage. Giving our praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai for giving me the spirit to do this video. So, one of my visions, because there's a lot, I've got a backlog of them, but I'm going to bring out 1 and 2. I kid you not, I've got a backlog of visions, but the spirit, it's all of the spirit if I bring them out or not. I might not bring none out, or I might just bring out 1 and 2. The last one I had was there was a famous person, and I'm not going to reveal this person's name. A famous person doing a what you might call like an interview on TV, or an introduction on TV, or just addressing something on TV. Well, this was a big, I wouldn't say big famous, I would say kind of infamous, if you like, infamous person anyway. And he was talking normally, and he was conducting himself in a good way, addressing himself and conducting himself in a, just talking normally. And then all of a sudden he started to spasm out, because some of the after effects of these venom, this serpent juice, is that you go into spasms and you start to which reminds me of this movie, back to this movie again, when that black substance jumped on him, he started to act all kind of strange and spasm out and just act like he was demon possessed. You understand? Think about when your whole show was on the earth, when he was curing some of those demon possessed people. They started to flam at the mouth, the one that that particular one who started flaming at the mouth, foaming at the mouth, and started going into a spasm and rolling all around the floor. There was quite a few. One of them went into the swine. One of the demons, or the legions of demons, went into the swine. That was another occasion. They are hosts and they possess you, demons. Yeah. So that's one of the symptoms of the after effect of the venom, the serpent juice. It's a host. It takes over you. It attaches itself to the blood, and that's it. You're out of there. You're finished, man. And you're either gonna croak straight away, or over time you're gonna go with many a long list of after effects and symptoms. But so this guy, he was talking normally, just making a good account of himself, and next thing I know, he started to spasm out and started to shake. He shook so much, he was shook wildly. This was on public television, so that everybody could see. I think the Most High must have been making an example of him for taking the serpent juice. Shake so much, the telly was shaking, and the ground was shaking. It was like an earthquake. So I took that when someone's the person that's gonna get it, which I'll show, shall remain nameless. The person that's gonna get exposed, this person's gonna get exposed. The Most High is gonna expose him in due time. He's gonna talk about, it's all right, you should get it, and then next thing you know, he's gonna start to spasm out and go into some kind of convulsions and shake so wildly, almost like it was an earthquake, that it's going to be it's going to shake up the whole world, man. So that's one example. That was a vision I had. Another one, I'm going to keep this one brief, was I met my pastor from my Christian church, Jehovah's Witness, that I was in for over 20 years. And this was a black guy, black pastor, because it's a lot of mixed multitudes in there, a lot of Edomites in there, a lot of northern tribe in there, a lot of Judites in there, Benjamites in Jehovah's Witness. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But if you didn't know, you know now. There's a whole heap of mixture of people. There's a whole heap of Edomites in there. But this Benjamite pastor, we buck up. Yeah, this is a vision. And he said to me, "Have you had your 1 and 2 thing?" I said, throw your pearls not to swine. And I said, I can't remember, I said, the precept, Matthew, cast not your pearls before swine. So, if you don't concern them, you don't have to tell them nothing. Right? So I said, maybe, I can't remember, maybe, I'm not sure, I can't remember. That could be one of the side effects, loss of memory. So he said, okay, I got the booster for you. They pulled out a big long thing, right? A long sword, a long mini sword. I said, yeah. I said, all right then, see you later. And I just dust that. And I was doing some backstreet movements, going down some alleyways and ducking left, right, and centre, looking behind me. The old 65-year-old man, around 60s, in his 60s, was trying to keep up with me. And I said, why? And eventually I said, if I duck down here, I know I'm gonna duck out, and I'm gonna get missing. I'm gonna leave him behind. Eventually, I left him behind with that little sword he had in his hand, and that was it. I got away. Most High delivered me out of that. So when I spoke to a brother about it, he said, "Yeah, the Most High he let you escape." People who have that mindset, you just gotta leave them alone. Get away from them. In other words, people that have that mindset that it's all right, you can take it and all that, get away from them, because they ain't got no backbone. And people with no backbone, they ain't gonna stand for nothing. Because if you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything, and they're gonna try and convince you to get it. So that vision told me to get away from people like that. So I got out of it. That was Jehovah's Witnesses, Christian Church. I got away from those people who have that mindset, that spineless mindset, no backbone mindset. And those people are some of the most dangerous people to be around. Spineless people, people that don't stand for anything. Oh, it's all right, you can do that. It's all right. Yeah, it's all right, you do it then. So, yeah, because there's a load of things now on social media. You take it then. People, you know, the scripture that comes to mind, Matthew 16 and 26, man. As a matter of fact, let me get that. That wasn't in the program, but I'm going to get it. This movie, and if you're very observant, if you have a mind that is very observant, just watch people sometimes, and you could just learn just by watching people and observing people's behaviors. Here's a precept. Yeah, the Spirit said to bring this one out. 26 says, Matthew 16 and 26 says, for what if a man profited? For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? The woman said she took it, she regretted it, and now the symptoms are she can't never get better again. She can never get back again. The job she had, you know, she compared it. She said, I would have kept my health. There's nothing better than your own health, your good health, your perfect health, rather than keeping that job that pays a certain amount of money and losing your health. She said, boy, your health is the most important thing. Right? And I got that precept that came to mind. There's the first precept that came to mind. When you're going to hear more stories too about people taking the venom juice and regretting it. You know, the movie Venom comes to mind, man. Oh my word. Everything is spiritual. Matthew 16:26 says, for what is a man or woman profited if she shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man exchange for his soul? She wished she could exchange the decision she made. And she wished she'd have said no to the serpent juice. But it's too late now. You're out of there. So we're going to have carnage, right? Is another precept. Let there be carnage. There shall be carnage. Don't you be careful what you ask for, man. Yeah? Amos 5:24 says, but let judgments run down as water and righteousness as a mighty stream. Because the producer, Yahuwah, the producer, director, writer, story writer, film director, music director, music player is behind it, which is Yahuwah. He's in control of everything because he controls the minds of the people. Yeah, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High, Yahuwah. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. So it's him that made that movie, and it is a prophecy that is being fulfilled right now before our very eyes. People are getting their judgment. But let judgments run down as water and righteousness as a mighty stream. So now we're going to end off the video now with a couple of precepts. There's no need to overkill, because I think the point is already made, man. Zephaniah 3:5 says, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgments to light. Let there be carnage. Mass murder of many, many people. Slaughter. A lot of death. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Right. Here's another one. Ezekiel 35:5 says, because thou had a perpetual hated and hast shed the blood of the children of Yashar'Allah by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end, therefore as I live, saith Yahweh thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. This thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Boy, the Most High don't play. It's a fearful thing to fall unto the hands of the Yahweh thy power, unto the living God. That's why people are getting their just desserts. They're getting their just desserts. And those people that are getting their just desserts, you know what? Because I was thinking about it, you know, they themselves are guilty of many murders themselves, of many things of themselves. They themselves have given people that venom, like the nurses, the former nurses, the former many former healthcare workers, and many former nurses have given in to and taken it and got in the after effects. Good for them. Right. So this is judgment precepts I'm going to hit now. Jeremiah 51 and 52 says, "Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh thy power, that will do judgment." Take your time, savor it, breathe. "Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will do judgment upon her graven images, and though all her land and wonder shall groan, and through all her land the wounded shall groan." And there's a lot of groaning now. I wish I never do it. I should have listened. Too late. And people losing their limbs, their arms, their legs. People just getting into all kinds of spasm in that and all kind of judgment, man. Right, man. The carnage is going forward, man. The king of terrors. Psalms 37. Psalms 37. There's a couple here, but we're just going to hit the point. And 6 says, "And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as a light, and thy judgment as a noonday." Right. "The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and slay such as be upright conversation. Their sword shall enter unto their own heart, and their bows shall be broken." Giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakakwadash. Judgments going forward. Right. Psalms 33 and 5 says, "He loveth righteousness and judgment. The earth is full of the goodness of the Lord." He loveth judgments, righteousness and judgments. So the Most High is happy, man. You know, when you see these things taking place, this is a fulfillment of prophecy. This is all prophecy. And that's hence the Most High writ that movie by using men. He writ it, he produced it, he directed it. And whatsoever is written shall be done. Yeah? So giving our praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Let's hit this precept in Psalms 91. Because the hopeful elect, this is for you now. 2. "And I will say unto Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust." Right. "Surely he shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence." You hear that? His elect. Yeah? This is to you. And the hopeful elect, all the hopeful elect. "Surely he shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with the feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night." The king of terrors, man, is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Yahweh thy power. "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrows that fleeteth by day, nor for the pestilence," the carnage that is in the earth, "nor for the carnage, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that waiteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come near thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." We're seeing the reward of the wicked. We're seeing it right before our very eyes right now. Yeah? The killing of a large number of people. Slaughter, massacre, mass murder, butchery, right? There it is. Yeah? Carnage, that's the title of the movie. The killing of a large number of people, slaughter, mass murder, massacre, butchery, right? There you have it, man. Mass murder, slaughter. Hence the movie, man. Back to the movie. Yeah, I related those two visions I had. Yeah, and yeah, likewise have already come true. Both of those visions have already come true. And there's I would say there's a bigger fulfillment to take place yet. A bigger fulfillment to take place, yeah, because, you know, potentially we've escaped from Alcatraz already. If you was in that Christian church, which that was a movie, yeah, of a high security prison, and only certain people were elect to escape from there. Certain people, right? So you give the credit. The credit goes to Yehovah Hashem Yoshai for me escaping out of Christianity, Alcatraz. All the glory and the credit goes to the Most High. And Psalms 91 also. Psalms 91, the credit goes to Yehovah Hashem Yoshai. He's got his elects back. Only with thine eyes shall thou see the reward. So see the reward of the wicked. We're seeing the reward of the wicked. They didn't take heed to the warning. Yeah? They didn't take heed to these funny looking people. These people that they have no regard for, no respect for. So that's why the Most High is giving them over to, here's a precept to end it off. Job 18 and 10. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. For in his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the King of terrors. Giving our praises to Yehovah Hashem Yoshai for giving me the spirit to do this video. Rise up to the house of David, and everything the wicked have done to us, past, present, and future, is now falling upon their own head.
Every decision we ever make chaos soon comes.